Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're taking a look at Lot 39 of Hanging Rock subdivision here in Augusta, West Virginia. This is 6 acres with about 120 feet of frontage on North River. So the river's over this way, but let me just kind of walk you over here, fighting the clouds a little bit here today. This video is going to be broken up into about 3 pieces, I'd say. But the property runs back that way about as far as you can see. But here's what the plat looks like. So I'm right here at the end of this road, and the road, this is at a dead end right here. So the lot, you know, you're to come down to this dead end, and then this is the part that runs down. Of course, this is North River down here like this. And it also has a bunch of frontage on this upper road here until you get to a point kind of like right in the power line up here. The power line kind of skirts. It's really not in the power line at all until you get down to about right here. But I'll do a video up here and show you all that. But it's just kind of an odd shape, but it's 6 acres back here at the end of the road. And what I would say is unique about this is that, you know, the price on this is $35,000. You'll pay that for a 2-acre river lot on North River any day of the week. You know, you'd be lucky to get one for that. So basically, you're getting 4 acres for free is what it amounts to, at least. And there's enough room down here, you know, like if you want to, there's enough room down here and you're away from people enough. If you want to shoot, you want to do a little bit of hunting down here and stuff, there's room enough here to do that. So let me get you down here and kind of show you the river frontage and how that kind of works. And I'll do a video up here, the upper road up here, the top side. I'll do a video up there as well and kind of show you what that looks like. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. This is going to be video clip number 2 here on Lot 39 in Hanging Rock. As you can see, I'm standing here along the banks of North River. And I'm about halfway or so in the riverfront. I mean, it's not much, about 120 feet. I'm probably about in the middle of it, but it starts right on this side of the river, makes like a little bend back this way. And then there's a little riffle here. And you got a real, I mean, this is a deep hole right here for North River. I mean, you know, and North River's got some smallmouth bass in it and sunfish and things like that. They actually stock it with trout south of here a little bit. But so this is kind of the frontage you have, and you could see kind of like how the bank sits up here. You could fix that, you know, to put a camper or something up here. And the deer and stuff cross right here. I mean, there's a wildlife trail beat up and down the riverbank right here, you know, but I don't want to get tangled up in the briars or take a spill here, but it's going to go down river, you know, just right in here about, you know, 30 yards that way, 30 yards this way, but you got this nice little riffle and a deep hole right here, you know. This hole's probably 5 foot deep or so, 4 or 5 foot deep, which for North River, you know, is pretty deep. But it's really pretty down here. And like I said, I'm going to try not to fall here. What's cool about this lot, man, this for like a recreational place to knock around, you know, to camp, to, you know, do a little bit of hunting, ride ATVs. I mean, you know, it's pretty much all flat. And you're not going to find that for this price tag hardly anywhere, you know. And it's back here at the end, and Hanging Rock's an old development. I mean, I think they developed this in the 70s, and it's got real minimal restrictions on it, you know. So for the most part, it's pretty much anything goes down here, you know. Very few restrictions. But I want to show you, I mean, it doesn't come without some quirks to it. I mean, you know, it lays wet, like from where my truck's parked. Let me just weave my way through here. You got a beaver in here. I think that's what's beating that path up through here. Beaver chewed that off. But look at that big sycamore tree. So from where my truck's parked, which is at the, you know, end of the road up there, you'd kind of come just like this, and then bring your, you know, driveway to the river frontage, like just about through here like this. And then it's dry up in here, so you'll see. So like it's wet over in here, but if you kind of get to your far property line and come this way with maybe like this tree and that big tree up there is kind of like your guide, you know, you can get your road and stuff in here, you know, to get your camper or whatever you want to set up over here next to the river. Now, just about all this ground's in the floodplain. I mean, you know, anytime you're dealing with, you know, a river lot that's flat, you're going to be dealing with that. But there actually is a portion back along that upper road up there that's not in the floodplain. But for the most part, I would tell you, don't treat this as a building lot. Just treat it as like a recreational property, you know, to enjoy the river, to camp, maybe do a little hunting, a little shooting, and, you know, ride ATVs and stuff. I mean, it would be good for kids down here because it's so flat. But you see, there's like a drainage through here. You see how wet that lays. So you'd kind of come in over there and you're going to have to fix a culvert, you know, in here somewhere. Let me show you. Let me zoom in. See my truck sitting right through there? So, you know, you come in that little path. I'll just walk over here. Let me jump across this. And I would tell you that, you know, after you get this, you ought to have it surveyed, just so you know what you're doing in here. Because, I mean, there's a survey on the lot. You know, it's old. I mean, there's 6 acres here, but you're going to want to get it surveyed so you know what you're doing when you put your driveway in. But you see how wet that is through there. I mean, there's tracks and stuff in here, and that could probably be dried up some with a little bit of dozer work. But you're going to come back in from where my truck's at. And the way my Onyx, my app is, it shows the property lines. This big tree right here is about, let's just say that's the line. So, you know, you'll come in from the end of the road, and then, you know, you'll kind of come through here with your, you know, path to the river, so to speak. But it does lay wet in here. I'm not going to run from that. That's why it's $35,000 and not $65,000. So let me just kind of show you here. I think a lot of this could be cleared up with some dozer work and get some drainage in here, you know, to get this water out of here. But it's been wet too. I mean, it's winter time and it's rained and froze and thawed out and so on. But and of course you got all this up in here too yet. I hate that the sun's not cooperating very much today. But you can see my truck there. So you'll just kind of come back through here. You know, you're going to need some culverts and some stuff like that, and fix you a nice place back there to the river. But and then there's some junk laying around. I mean, you know, somebody dumped, I don't even know what that is. It looks like the face off a dishwasher to me. That is what it is, because there's the rack. But and there's a little bit of junk been thrown off the road up there. I mean, not that bad. But you can't expect much more than this for $35,000 for 6 acres with river frontage, and it's flat. I mean, the woods are pretty back in here, and you're not far off. You're probably only a half mile off the hard cap road. It's easy getting in and out here. You know, you're 35 minutes from Winchester, Virginia. Somebody knew what they were doing here. You could make this a really nice little spot and have something pretty cool back here. But I'll go do a video up here on the top side, and you can check that out, and we'll be done. Keenan Shanholtz here again. This is going to be the third and final video clip here on lot 39 of Hanging Rock. And I'm here on this upper road right now, and so the property's gonna go that way, just kind of out of sight around the bend there. And it's got all this frontage up along here. And I'm gonna show you where we're at on the map. So we are right here. And see, the power line doesn't touch the lot through here, but it kind of does, like, you know, it starts to cross, this power line starts to cross the road right here. So the last, you know, little bit of it is kind of like in the power line a little bit. But This isn't one of those big metal buzzing and cracking things. This is just an old wooden pole transmission line here. But I'll show you. There's a spot out there in the power line. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't know if you could see my pink ribbon out there. I got it tied on a bush out there. Is about how far it goes. It's got a ton of frontage on this road up here. But it's, you know, this part back here, you know, if you get down off this bank's not in the floodplain here. But, you know, so I mean, in theory, you could build on this lot, you know, back in here somewhere is not in the floodplain. But, you know, of course, the riverfront is way over this way. But, I mean, like I said, it'd be good for kids to make a four-wheeler path or something in here to ride ATVs on. But, like I said, I told you there's some junk. This is about the only junk I see up here on this side. But somebody threw some garbage down over here. There's an old toilet laying there, for crying out loud. But, once again, that's why it's $35,000 instead of $65,000. So, to put a ribbon around this, what I would tell you is, you're getting a river lot, a 2-acre river lot at probably market price or maybe a little bit below. And you're getting about 4 extra acres, you know, that you could hunt, you know, do a little target shooting, ride ATVs. I mean, you're away from houses enough here. State law to discharge your firearms 500 feet from a road or a dwelling. So you got that here, you know, in most spots. It'd be a good lot to bow hunt on or whatever, but it'd be good, you know, if you want to have a little family campground where kids could ride, you know, an ATV or something and fish and camp and so on. You know, it would be good for that. So come check it out. This is a good price, neat property. If you got a little vision and you're willing to put a little work into it, you're going to have a deal on your hands.